Mr. Singh, first and foremost, Happy Diwali ji. Thank you very much for joining us.
So very happy Diwali, Nikunj.
Okay, last time when we spoke to you, that was during the Dussehra break, and you said you were foxed with how some of your resorts were, in a sense, getting occupancy. What is the update this Diwali? As good as Dussehra?
Even better, Nikunj. What we are noticing is that people are very excitedly making their plans. They are heading to our resorts. Just to give you some numbers and give you a sense how we are seeing it, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Goa, and Karnataka, Himachal, and Uttarakhand. These are the states where we are seeing a very, very good demand. Kerala has not picked up because of the issues that we have in the state at this moment of time. If I were to look at the figures, I think last time when I spoke to you, I did mention to you in September, we had touched 40% occupancy levels. October, we closed at about 60%. And November, as we speak, we are looking to close beyond 70%. And December is looking good too. And most importantly, in the states that I mentioned, we are seeing occupancy in some of our resorts upwards of 90 to 95%.
Mr. Singh, happy Diwali once again. I wanted to understand if there are any particular go-to destinations, because everyone that I know is only headed to Goa.
Okay, I think as far as go-to destinations are concerned, it depends on where you live. What we are seeing that our Goa resorts are full, by the way. And the reason the Goa as a destination is attracting a lot of attention is that people are definitely wanting to get out and definitely look at the beaches, the pristine beaches of Goa. And since we have beach resorts, we are seeing all the resorts are full. And the people who are coming to Goa are coming from Karnataka, Maharashtra. Of course, Pune, Mumbai are the key catchment for Goa. But if you look at up north, the hills, particularly in Himachal and Uttarakhand, we are seeing very, very good traction. If you look at if you are in Mumbai and you don't want to travel too much, then Lonavala and Mahabaleshwar are again the favorites. Gujarat is seeing very, very good trend. Madhya Pradesh, by the way, one of the resorts that we have, Kana, is already full.
Sure. Also wanted to understand, besides the festive season and a couple of long weekends coming in, are you also seeing some advanced bookings for the next year already, given that we're going to close the year in about a month's time? And does that then give you scope to maybe hike your ARRs?
Okay. As you know, ours is a slightly different model from the traditional hospitality players. We have a member base. And that leads to a very, quick turnaround in terms of our ability to build the occupancies. But having said that, let me just spend 30 seconds to explain to you that we have spent a lot of time communicating the idea of travel with confidence and Club Mahindra Safe Stay, which has given confidence to our members and guests to travel to our resorts. Looking at the trend, we have already increased our membership prices starting October. We already took a price increase in October. As far as ARRs are concerned, since very few of our inventory is open to non-members, ARRs are also seeing a very big movement upwards because this is a peak time. Coming back to your main question about how do you see the trends ahead since December is almost around the corner, I would say we have, again, an advantage. We see bookings much ahead in time. We open our bookings 4 months in advance. We are able to see December and January looking very, very good. In fact, we believe December we will close with about 80% plus occupancy.
Fantastic. From what I understand, Mr. Singh, your Capex plans are still going on as were originally planned. Anything you want to share with us on that in terms of the latest developments, where you're possibly looking, what perhaps could be coming up in the new year?
Right. So I think on the capital expenditure plans, as I think we were talking some time ago when I mentioned that we have a capital expenditure plan of about 1,200 crores, where we will add about 1,400 to 1,500 room units, we call them, because they're larger rooms, not like a typical hotel room. That plan is on track. And I just want to share with you that we should have our fourth resort in Goa coming in sometime around December. We are looking forward to open this beautiful resort of about 200 rooms. The first phase, 150 rooms will come in, and another 57 would come in the next year. We have a very beautiful resort which has floating cottages in Ashtamudi in Kerala. There again, the expansion plan is on track that will add another 35 units. But as I speak, we are looking to break the ground in a new greenfield project which is near Ganpati Phule in Maharashtra. That would be another 150 room resort overlooking beautiful Arabian Sea. We are also looking to expand some of our resorts in Shimla as well as Puducherry. By the way, Puducherry is experiencing huge demand, even in these times. So we want to expand Puducherry. We want to expand our Himachal Shimla resort, which is called Kandaghat. So our capital expenditure plans are on track. We are also closing some deals on the land because we are also buying land for our future expansion. And as we speak, we are an active buyer in the market looking for good resort properties whenever they come across at the right price.
Okay, great. And in terms of trends going forward in the travel industry per se, whether it be globally or in terms of domestic tourism, anything that you'd like to perhaps bring your perspective on? We're curious as to how things will evolve post the height of the pandemic as people slowly start to travel more again. Will there be continued apprehensions and will those affect their choices, or do you see things coming back to normal?
Okay. I think this is a very, very interesting question, and I would like to really make a go at it by looking at a very, very broader perspective. I think, as you rightly put it, the pandemic is continuing and probably will continue for some time. And therefore, what will become most important from our internal research that we have done from our consumer speak, what we call it as voice of customer, what we have found is that people are very, very keen to know that when they visit a property or when they visit a destination, are they safe? And that is something we have focused on. I mentioned earlier, I think, about the Club Mahindra Safe Stay program. We have tied up with the best-in-class facility management services provider for hospitals, the best in disinfection protocols. On top of that, we have Bureau Veritas, which will constantly certify us that we are COVID safe. And that has also given us good confidence because almost all our resorts, by the way, are open now. I just also wanted to mention that. And they are COVID safe in terms of the certification. So the trust would be very, very important. And it's a great opportunity for brands to further build on the trust. I think what we have done during the last 6-7 months, and you can see that from our results also, we have been able to build on the trust that we have with our customers. And that, to my mind, will be the single biggest thing. Other trends that I see, people will not travel in groups, larger groups. They will travel in closer family groups, people whom they are comfortable with. And so the group travel will continue, but in a smaller group in which you are comfortable with. So that's the second trend that we see. The third trend that we are seeing is, the backyard travel. Everybody wants to do a 3, 4, 5 hours drive and get to the place where they can be out there in the nature. One of the biggest things that I see as a result of this trend is that when people travel to remote locations and not in the city destinations because of the pandemic and even post-pandemic, to get a feeling of outdoor, what would happen is that those communities around those places where people go, where our resorts are or where other resorts would be, those micro economies and micro communities would also tend to benefit. So that's a positive spin-off that will happen. And in line with the fact that the outdoors will become a major trend, we have invested in a company called Great Rock Sport, which will provide outdoor experiences to around the city, rather, and also at our resorts.
Just to wrap it up, Mr. Singh, let's assume that FY21 is a gap year for the hospitality industry. If I take the gap year out and talk about FY22, how is FY22 looking?
So Nikunj, I'm quite confident that the way things are coming back, at least for our business, and I did mention that we are not a traditional hospitality business, we are a membership business, and we have been able to conserve our cash. So we are actually looking forward to opportunities coming in FY22, which will help us expand our resort portfolio, experience portfolio, like I mentioned about the Great Roxford, and therefore reposition ourselves as an experiences player, which we have always been, but we are now seen as even more, and outdoor experiences, getting back to the nature, and also for the full family, a range of experiences. That to us gives us a big confidence that there will be, a big rebound in the business. And I am reasonably confident that if I were to look at FY20, which is the year that went by, I think we should do better than FY20 and FY22. But in terms of profits and the other operational metrics, even in FY21, we are going to do better than FY20.